Right, what happens when a Brit and a Texan come together?
We cook some cow, preferably a ribeye.
All right. Mm-hmm. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Welcome to Scrambled today, where I'm joined by someone who really is the jack of all trades. He's an actor, Oscar winner, writer, and co-founder of Pantalones Tequila. Please welcome Matthew McConaughey. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Likewise, my man. Good to see you. Congrats.
Welcome to Texas, man.
Texas is amazing, right? Yeah. It's incredible, it's vibrant, but the love of tequila comes from where?
Well, our neighbors on the south, Mexico's right there, so that filters into Texas.
Sure.
And tequila, I mean, for me, and I think most Texans, is we like to have fun.
Yeah.
Like you're in Austin now, very hospitable town, as you've seen.
Incredible.
People like to have a lot of fun here. We like to play hard, we like to work hard.
Yes.
And an equal amount of both, right?
Yes.
And tequila's about having fun. It's the one alcohol that's not a depressant either. It's another.
No.
So
I got to talk about the name, Pantalones.
Pantalones. Okay.
So, just give me the inside.
Okay. So, first off, we said let's get some really good juice in the bottle, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's make sure the juice is good in the bottle. All right.
Sure.
We want to make sure that Camille and I wanted to say this is our preferred tequila when and wherever we were. All right.
Wow.
But after we got good juice in the bottle, which took
Sure.
2.5 years and 47 tastings.
Wow.
We said, well, now.
Pasta.
Bullshit. Let's have some fun.
Let's go.
Pantalones. All right. So the idea, we said we can market this forever, is all the things you can do with your pants off. Like we said, this is the best thing we've made with our pants on. We have
Besides the kids.
well, right. That's the better thing we made with our pants off.
Gotcha. But who
So,
came
you know
up with the
what I mean?
name? How did it arrive at Pantalones? Because it's not your average name, right? It's
No,
not...
we just kind of. I mean, naturally, us and the ad company, we said, look, now we've got good juice in the bottle. Let's have some fun. Let's throw the rules out the window.
Gotcha.
And so we can market this to whenever of all the things you can have fun with and do better with the pants off.
Love that.
Here we go.
Love that. Congrats on that. I'm going to make an amazing cocktail with you after.
Yes.
Steak. I mean, seriously?
100%.
I mean, the ribeye for me is
ribeye's
just the best.
And that's about, what, 1 inch and a quarter inch and 5/8?
Yeah, this thing is just off the charts because you've got the cap. So there's only like sort of 4 portions of the cap per cow. So that's quite a unique cut there. The eye, that's the secret. And this marbling and the fat around there is beautiful. You're a mid-rare guy?
Absolutely.
Yeah. When they start going to mid-well and well done it.
No. And even if you got a lot of fat, I know you got to cook more fat down in a ribeye, but still I'd like it to come out mid-rare.
You got a seasoning, right?
Contraband, sir.
Stop it. Come on. Do you sneak that across the border?
Snuck across I-35 right into your kitchen, sir. Called The One. I've been working on this rub. Had this rub for 25 years. All right? Have a whiff of that.
Oh, man.
Okay?
What's in there?
Can't tell you that. But we're going to literally rub these down.
Give us
Tell me what you think after you taste.
But is it yours or is
It's
it
mine.
Is it the
Yes.
missus?
No, it's mine.
Seriously?
It's mine. And it's not a thing that's on the market,
Right.
but my friends, I go down in the basement and make a wheelbarrow full every Christmas, and so I'm sending stuff out.
I love that. It's fragrant. It's sort of it's not citrusy, but it's vibrant. It's very yeah. You see, I like to put a little bit oil on mine first. Put my rub
Before?
on there. Yeah.
Even on a ribeye.
Even on a
Okay,
ribeye.
talk to me.
Just to get that sort of moving a little bit faster, where it starts to sort of penetrate. That is lovely.
Hey, question. What's your opinion on when to season a steak? Sometimes I do it right before, sometimes I do it the night before. I've
question.
had steaks that I forgot in the fridge and left in the lower crisper, and 4 days later, and they were the best steak I ever had.
Good question. Honestly, you are fine seasoning that the night before. The longer you season it, the better.
Right.
There's no two ways about that. 100%. The longer, the better. I love that, by the way. That's lovely.
Thank you.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
I'm dying to know what's in there now.
Here we taste on that.
How important is food, especially when you're filming?
Oh, well, when I'm filming, I'm eating for endurance and energy. All right, because I work in 12 hours a day, and I don't want to lull. I can't go have a heavy carb lunch when I'm coming back out to work in the afternoon.
No.
I'm pretty Spartan in the morning for breakfast.
Gotcha.
But let's talk about how important food is like when I'm not working.
Yeah.
That's when it's fun. All right.
Yeah.
Basically, like yourself, this is the family's office.
Yes.
This is where my kids come.
Yep.
It's where we get them involved. It's where my wife and I catch up for the day. It's where
Yep.
we all sit down, say a nice thank you before dinner, catch up, find out stories on each other,
Exactly,
and carry on. So
some of the most powerful conversations around the day is at the table, breaking bread, and that's where we learn to communicate. We have 6 kids, so that level of insight, homework, bit of conversation in terms of the personal stuff.
It comes out over food. And
exactly that.
Yeah, and then you can sit there and go, someone can go set the table, someone else can get some other dish together, and the conversation does flow freely.
So we're going to grill this ribeye, let it marinate, make a beautiful little pico de gallo, and then fry some eggs with a little bit of heat on there as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Just at the end. Give us an insight to the weekend. Describe
where this was?
Yeah, is it a brunch?
Our weekend?
Yeah.
Our weekend, Saturdays, like right now we got football season, so Saturdays involve, like it did this last Saturday, going to the University Longhorn game, just up the road. We did not get out with the victory on Saturday night, but that's all right. Sundays, we try not to schedule anything. Sundays is about family time. We will mosey through the day. We'll get up, we'll either watch or go to church at about 10:30, and then it is about trickle time. Let the day unfold, family hanging out. We don't even usually have anybody over. Usually that's just our family day, where you piddle.
Love that.
Hey, you want these?
Just a little dice.
Yeah,
just a little, just heat-wise, a nice pico de gallo. The secret of that is a great heat in there. Yeah, for me, weekends is a real important 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's where we get to sort of reset, little bit of training, great brunch. We sort of try to skip lunch so we have a proper dinner. And we don't do sort of apps, entrees, dessert. It's a really nice entree, lots of salad, and then of course an amazing dessert. But it's proper catch-up time, right?
You know what we do on our Sunday nights, I forgot to tell you, is we do something that's from my Camilla's mom. They're Brazilian, right? And so they have something called mochito.
Mochito.
Which means Sunday night, you go to the fridge and you look at every leftover you got.
And empty.
And you empty it out and make some sort of concoction out of it. That is a meal.
I love that.
And that's always a hell of a meal and a fun way to clean up the fridge, mochito.
But also, no waste, right?
No, try not to.
No. But that's the nice thing about, emptying that fridge out on a Sunday night. Look at what you got. Divide and conquer. Do you get the kids involved cooking as well?
We do. Everyone's got a bit of a different palate. Levi, my eldest, is somewhat sophisticated. Vita, our daughter's getting a more sophisticated palate.
Love that.
Actually.
Love that.
And then the youngest, he's still in the make everything well done, but he'll probably come around.
Right. Were they fussy eaters growing up?
Yeah, sort of. We tried to do what my mom did with us. You get one throw-up vegetable, one thing you don't have to eat. Everything else you at least have to try it.
Yeah.
And I remember I had many a night with the boiled okra, which nobody in our family liked boiled okra, but Mom was boiling okra even with no salt, where I just ketchup was my friend.
There you go.
To cover it up.
So you got that nightmare growing up with that boiled okra. I had boiled sprouts, where Mum was sort of overcooking these things so much that they were sort of floating at the top of the pan. It was crazy. And the smell of boiled, Brussels sprouts are hard enough, right?
Now,
overcooked.
Tell me though, how and when and who made the Brussels sprout revolution come back?
Yeah.
Nobody touched Brussels sprouts.
Do you know what that is? I think that was LA, because they made it so trendy and very, very cool and very, very...
Was it with Asian food?
I think it was predominantly, yeah. Okay. But then look at all those Brussels sprout salads now as well. Who would have thought 20 years ago?
They pull the leaves off and just take the little husk out.
That's it. Right? Yeah. That's it. Fascinating long journeys. I always go through audiobooks. That's the only way I can get to sleep on a plane. And to be honest, it's the only time I actually get to sort of relax. Green lights. That was an important journey.
Yes, it was. Probably creatively the most important one I've taken in my life.
Right.
For sure. So I've been keeping journals since I was, 10, 12. You want to dice this up, cilantro?
Yes, please. Just once, in fact. Sometimes when you chop it too small, the flavor goes. And you see the stain on the board where all that incredible flavor comes out on the board, and I want it in the pico de gallo.
Is this all going in that bowl?
That's it.
Perfect. So I've been writing in diaries since I was 12, journals, and I never had the courage to go have a look at what was in them.
No.
I've never been one that liked to look back, right? I was looking
through
forward.
Fear or upset?
I think a little bit of fear, a little bit of embarrassment, a little bit of, hey, just keep things going, moving forward. Yeah. But I thought I did have some really good stuff in there. So I was passing the buck. I'm like, go to Camilla, and I'm like, hey, so when I die, you mind going to that big treasure chest and open those up and see if I got something? And she was pretty much immediately like, gave me the middle fingers, like, hell no, I'm not doing that.
That's crazy.
You can go do it yourself. So I packed up the truck, drove out to West Texas, where I had to kind of lock myself in a little country house with no electricity for 17 days, stuck with those journals, opened them up, found a bunch of cool themes.
That's amazing.
And over the same themes since 12 years old to 50 years old.
That's
and started to lay them down, and that's what came out of the book, stories and themes and prescribed things I've learned and heard and stole along the way.
But you started off with a co-writer, and then that sort of disappeared. You ended up writing.
Ended up loving it.
The whole thing.
Ended up, yeah. Now, look, the first 12 days of sitting with those diaries, I was embarrassed, dude. I looked back at stuff I was doing, I was like, like things where I was an arrogant prick.
We've all been there.
But what I found out was when I got humbled later on because of that, I was like, oh, well, if I wouldn't have had the courage to be the arrogant prick, I wouldn't have figured out what I figured out later on. You know what I mean?
Did you think it was going to be the success it was and how it turned out?
No. I mean, I thought it would have a connection to people would be able to see themselves in the stories. I had no idea it would become sort of really tap into the pulse like it did.
Yeah.
Because I still get stopped around the world. People, without asking, don't just go, hey, I like the book. They grab me by the shoulders and go, look at me, man. I'm telling you. And that's a great feeling.
Should we get this thing in?
Let's do it.
I always start off with the oil first. Let's get this hex-clad pan hot. Let's sear that beautiful ribeye.
So oil on your steak first, and then still even more here.
There you go, and lay away. That's it. That's the sound I love. That there's
you go that
Sunday
much
morning.
oil right there. Okay.
You'll see why in a minute.
I want to see why.
Basting this thing in a minute as well. And you still get people coming up to you now and say that was.
Still do.
What about the audio version?
Audio did really well. I mean, I think people liked hearing me tell the stories. Cool thing about that audio book is it was supposed to take 4 days to record.
Yeah.
And I did it anyway. I did it in 8 hours.
Right.
Just because I got on a roll and knew all the stories and just rolled it out and had a ball telling the stories. And people say they enjoyed taking the ride with me, listening to it. So.
I wrote Humble Pie on my 40th birthday. It took me 3 years to write. A great co-writer, but I got upset reading the audio.
You got upset reading it?
Yeah, because it all of a sudden hit home. Couldn't do it during the day when there was too many things going on with the kids, etc. And so I got into a little recording booth, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, a little glass of wine, tiny little sips of red wine, and started reading. And all of a sudden, it just sort of, the whole thing just started processing.
Yeah.
Shit, did I really do that? Shit, did that really happen?
Now I'm saying it out loud.
Yeah, and then you're just, you know, it's like you got the cans on.
Yeah.
It's just you and your voice. You can hear your heartbeat, and all of a sudden I got so freaking upset because it's like, shit, that was a tough time. That was a.
See, hear what you're saying. I'm just now going back to read the book for the first time.
Right.
I wrote it. I know it's in there.
Interesting.
Did the audio, but now I'm going back to read.
Interesting.
And I'm having another kind of cathartic experience. I'm having another. I knew all the stuff I wrote in it, but going back to look at it on the page.
Yeah.
I'm going back in time, remembering, and it's somewhat emotional.
How funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now butter with the oil, like
just like that.
Okay.
So you just tilt that there like that.
Yeah.
Turn that around first. Now we've got that here.
Okay.
And as that's frothing, all you're going to do now is just spoon that over, and it's just implementing more and more flavour. And so that you can see why we needed that amount of fat now.
And we top searing the outside with this?
That's it.
Okay.
And just where that's going really nice and brown, tilt it down, that's it, and just roll it up. Back up, that's it. We're basting.
Gotcha.
And we save this fat as well. So roasted potatoes, roasting veg off in this fat later on with that butter. The butter gives that really nice Benoisette flavour, which is beautiful.
Benoisette?
As in brown, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds good.
And see that froth? And look, that butter is going to stay nice and brown. Now, it won't burn because of the oil.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. It's the oil that's keeping the butter from browning, right?
Exactly that.
Right.
And that then leaves a bitter flavour, with slightly acrid, which we don't want. So, yeah.
Yep.
There you
go. So I did not know with the book. Like I started off writing, my first week of writing, I was trying to write impressively.
Right.
Yeah. And I looked at what I wrote, and I was like, oh, well, that is kind of impressive, but it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So then when I said, don't write impressively, write honestly, and if that might be impressive.
Yeah.
And when I started writing honestly and writing personally, the weird thing was the more personal I got, the more unanimously human it got. The more people, I was thinking people could see themselves from the stories, which they did.
And it landed.
Yeah, it did.
I remember going upstairs one night. Jack must have been about 12. And I always go up and say good night before we go to bed. We say good night when they go to bed, but I always go and check on them. Went upstairs and there he is, headphones in, listening to the audio.
How's that?
Jack, at the time he's 12, he's 24 now. But the fact that at 12 years of age, he's listening to that audio version of it and sort of getting to understand his dad's journey as a 12-year-old. And it wasn't until he was about 18, a little bit older than Levi, when he said, Dad, I get it. I understand the sacrifice.
This is what I was going to ask you, okay? Because I'm trying to figure out the time to go listen or hand the book to my kids. And my son and I took a road trip here recently.
Beautiful.
And we listened to some Green Lights, and it was fine, but it's not ready yet. And I'm waiting till he's ready, or when he's going to come tell me. I think.
That's it.
And go, I listened to it. Here, I get it. Here's why.
And you can't force that, right?
I don't want to force it.
But they're in danger of growing up too quickly now with the internet and what they learn. Yeah. So we always slow that pace down. I always said it's about the circles you put them in, right? Yeah. In terms of who they connect with, who they socialise with. And we're big advocates of sport in the family. So we're always throwing them into those camps. That's a lovely colour there now. Beautiful colour.
Real lovely colour coming here.
And I always let the ribeye rest for as long as we cook it, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to take that out sort of rare, sit that on there, and then literally just baste that again over.
Okay.
And let that roll. Beautiful, beautiful. Tana and I have a foundation back home for Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital.
Yep.
And on the kids' 18th birthday, we get the marathons to run for Great Ormond Street. You guys have got an amazing foundation. Give me an insight to where it is at now and what kind of work you do.
We're just up to 50 schools in the U.S.
Wow.
And it's an after-school curriculum where Title I schools in America are the lower income schools. 50% dropout rates. And we got a curriculum after school where these kids can go. One, it's a safe place for them to go, which we didn't realize that's what they needed when we started it. Now we do. They form an exercise goal. Hey, I want to make the footy team next year, but I have trouble running a quarter mile. Well, we're going to help you do that. Gotcha. Hey, I want to lose 3 pounds to fit in the prom dress. We're going to help you do that. We set nutritional goal. Mama brings home 6 burgers for the family, $52. Great, got nothing against burgers, but let's take you to the supermarket, walk you to the produce section, grab some beans, some meat, spend that same $52 on a meal that you can come home and cook with your kids.
Love that.
For nutrition. We have, they all do community service. 100% community service in their own community.
Love that.
And we have the halo of gratitude over the thing, which is at the end of every class, they get together, sit around and say an open thank you for something in their life. Cool thing about this was, and we started because we grew up in our family doing it at the dinner table. These kids are going, for the first time I'm hearing a peer of mine say thank you for something in their life that I have in my life that I've always taken for granted.
Beautiful.
So the reciprocation of gratitude is a big thing in our foundation. And that's what we got going, trying to go where we're needed, make sure that the mission statement of the foundation is being followed, but we're also customizing to each group of kids.
Smart.
And our all-star is a teacher on the ground.
That's incredible. And you said you're at 50 schools
in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Yeah.
And that's just in Texas?
No. All over the U.S.
Wow.
We started here in Texas, we started out in California, and now we're in quite a few states.
That's amazing. Tana's an ex-school teacher at Montessori, so everyone thinks I'm the hard ass at home. It's not me, it's Tana. And she is just driven, man. Oh my God. I think I'm on the naughty step more than the kids sometimes because I sort of wind them up because I don't see them as much as she does. So I come back and I'm like, yeah, of course we can go and do that. Of course
so you're Captain Fun when you come back.
Mate, Captain Fun.
And the wife's like, hey.
Yeah, you're just making it worse for me. You're making it harder.
I know this guy. I've been there.
We're going to leave that pico de gallo to marinate a little bit.
Okay.
Finish that with a fresh
And now how long you want to leave something like that?
Again, overnight.
Even overnight. So
Overnight.
Refrigerate that. You cover it?
Yeah.
Cover it, fridge it.
Fridge it.
And the cilantro is fine, going to hold it?
100%.
Okay.
Eggs. Little tap on, and then open into the pan. We'll put the butter on.
Little tap on and
Yeah. So just go on a nice flat surface, in, and then just lift it over there.
Now that last one-handed move, I don't know about.
You can do that. You got, there you go.
Okay.
See? A little bit of butter.
How many are we doing here?
Let's do 3. 3's a good number. Again, there we are. There we go.
So oil and the butter. I'm learning something.
Well, it's just stopping all that
Keeps
butter
the butter from
browning.
browning.
Exactly that. And when it goes too brown, then it's not nice.
I've done that, yeah.
So people that go, steaks resting nicely, beautifully. Austin FC. Did you edit that video when you hit that ball in the net, truthfully? No,
Second shot of the day.
No, look at me.
No edit.
Right hand, I swear, I do solemnly swear.
100%, man.
We're going for that little hole, right? Yeah. Oh my God! Was that the second shot?
I was as surprised as anybody else.
Fluke. Seriously?
I walked out there, Jack and my son were trying to hit him, and I said, well, let's get, and my son goes, get in here, Popeye, try this. The first one, I sailed over in the stands, second shot, right in the top corner.
Truthfully. That wasn't AI?
No.
So you can tell me now, just only you and I in the room, you can confirm.
I didn't know how big of a deal it was until after I made it. They were like,
it was big. And wasn't there a pro player there with you as well? Wasn't there a kid from the team?
Yeah.
Well?
And Jack, Street Pan was there, but he's a
even he was shocked.
He was really shocked.
Jeez. What was the idea behind the investment? Obviously a big soccer fan.
Well, City of Austin. It's my home city.
Gotcha.
We were football, soccer hungry.
Yes.
You know, our numbers before we had a team, when you looked at the World Cups, you looked at them, were so high.
Yeah.
And we've become an international city. You know, we're not just a banker university music town anymore.
No.
So the game of soccer, football, was the next sport to be here.
Yeah.
And we did it. I got invited into the ownership.
Yeah.
And we've sold out every single game. This town
Beautiful.
is soccer feverish and hungry.
Beautiful. Favourite stadium across the world? Have you been to Old Trafford in Manchester?
No.
The Theatre of Dreams?
Would love to.
There's an amazing UNICEF soccer aid that we play every 2 years. And, you know, I was fortunate enough to play with...
I think I've seen this. Woody plays in it.
Woody, that's right, yeah. Did he tell you?
Woody's, I've seen the videos. Woody's a good athlete.
He scored the winning
the free kick?
Yes. After he just had a little light up, I'm like, how is that possible?
That's weird.
It was a draw with like 2 minutes to go. He came on and scored the final goal. I was like, oh my God. When you're rolling out in front of 78,000 people in a stadium, and it's built upon the pitch, so literally it was hard to hear. But man, he just cool as a cucumber, went on there and scored that goal. Have you seen the goal?
Oh, he showed it to me. he's proud of it. Shot Wood.
He's a great player.
He's a really good overall athlete.
My God.
Yeah.
It was fun. Right. What's that? What have you got there?
So look, this is some goat cheese that my wife found that we've gone crazy about in the family right now.
It was just preserved in oil?
It's beautiful, and we can't get enough. And I thought I would love a little bit of that.
Just crumbled on the eggs?
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Egg, and I believe it's going to be good in the steak bite too.
Balancing, right?
Yeah.
Fatherhood, philanthropy, everything you do in terms of for the kids, the work. How do you find that balance?
Look, things get out of balance.
Yeah.
Your work's going great. You're hammering it, you're loving it. You're usually going into the debit section in the home life as a husband and a dad.
Sure.
I just try to not get redlined on anything. So we got health, got faith, got work, got family.
Sure.
Try to, one's always in the lead, but I just try not to let it, nothing get too far in the debit section of that. Now, coming home, I have a couple of advantages. When I go to work, my wife, before we had kids, said one condition: you go, we all go.
Right.
So we pick up
Smart.
and go to where I work. Health, just got to schedule it.
Yeah.
You got to make that as even though it sounds like fun. I found tennis recently, my first hobby in 25 years.
Wow.
You just got to make sure, even though it's fun, I got to make sure I schedule it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting.
Because I'm a better husband, better dad if I'm feeling better too.
Well, there you go. It's interesting because when we first came to the US back in 2004, we used to schedule the filming around the kids' holidays.
Yeah.
So they'd come out and then go into all these amazing camps, especially at UCLA. They got all these incredible summer camps, track and field, swimming, water polo, all that. So we'd do a hard 6-week shoot. I'll be off at the weekends, but Monday to Friday they're involved in the camps. I was at work, shooting, and then would spend dinners together and weekends. So
Perfect.
you find that balance. But when they get to 14 or 15, they want to run out for their team. They want to compete. And so that's the bit that, I suppose in many ways, it was limited time, but quality time. I wasn't there 7 nights a week. We weren't there, you know, doing dinners and lunches every day. So
Well, you know it helps. Doggone FaceTime.
Yeah.
Helps a lot.
Massively.
To visually have you calling in, the kids call in, you set the phone over there. It's not even an important conversation. We're just hanging out. And mom's cooking and I'm off somewhere and I'm just hanging out in the kitchen. And all of a sudden I find when I come home, it's not necessarily as surprising like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. Actually, I have seen you. I've seen you each night.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? So that helps a lot.
That's made it easier.
Much better than just a phone call.
We're gonna show you how to plate this thing now, just with a little touch of finesse. So I'm gonna take off the rib cap, okay?
Which is everyone's favorite, right?
That's the top bit. From there, I'll plate mine, then you can plate yours. I'm gonna put a little bit of a pico de gallo on top of that bit there. Just let that sit and marinate beautifully. All right. Now for the eye. The eye of the tiger. Really frustrating when chefs slice ribeye too thinly because the goodness is gone. So just slice it with a little bit of texture. And so, literally, centimetre at a time, at a nice angle, and then once it's sliced, just open it up gradually, and then just lift that up with a knife and sit that on top there.
Okay.
And then just literally let that sit, rest. Now, any thinner than that, it's going to bleed,
I'm
right?
with you.
And all that goodness is gone again. A touch more of the pico, just on top. And then these nice sort of salty fried eggs. I love the idea of the goat's cheese on that. So that comes out. Oh, it's nice and soft. And just sit that on
she's
top.
on top too.
Absolutely. So we'll burst that beautiful little yolk running down, and then just let that cascade over. Come on, my man. Right, over to you now, my man. Ready?
Yay.
You know where to get your ribeye from in terms of the circle and the chain?
So you remove your cap here like this?
Just take that off. That's it. Nice. Watch. And then just a little touch more of that pico. Beautiful. That's it. Always tuck those fingers in as well.
Hey, man.
You know, please.
Not done that a few times.
And there we go. Wow. Don't go on your plate. A little touch of pico de gallo
Yep.
on top. And that's the little surprise then. We've got the double hit.
Yep.
Nice. That's it.
Now come back over here. Now you want to go across the grain, correct?
So yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So,
Right, so we just-
yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah, nice and thick. There you go. Watch those fingers. Nice.
You said that twice.
No, but honestly, these guys are a razor. That's the last thing we need now. Is a 9-finger Matthew. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Beautiful.
She goes on top of here.
That's it.
Oh, come on.
Beautiful.
Got a little more pico here, right?
That's it. And then sit those eggs on top of there. Nah. There you go. And then just a little touch of that. You go around the plate. And you're on it, my man.
Look at that.
Look at that, my man. That is good.
You're doing all right, man. I
Amazing.
am younger now.
Happy with that?
Very happy with that.
You should be. That's good.
Happy.
And just think about the minimal time we cooked it in the pan because it rested for so long. So
Right.
that just have that nice even distribution, pink. Right, we need a perfect drink. Yeah.
Parched.
You ready?
Thirsty. Yes, sir.
Bit of a twist on this one, okay? Little glasses. If you turn around and get the ice cubes out there for me, would you please? Thank you.
2 of these.
Yeah, recognize them?
Ah! A monogrammed cube.
I thought you'd like
Yeah.
that. See?
It'll last longer in here in October than it will in August in Texas heat. Look at that.
Absolutely. There you go, my man. There you go. I'm going to make this a little bit fragrant as well. So,
do you got?
I love the floral side of this tequila, and it's smooth. But I'm just going to make it a little bit more fragrant with some basil. Okay.
Is there anything basil does not go
I'm
with?
telling you, no.
There's nothing basil doesn't go with.
It is incredible, honestly. So, here we go. So
The lime juice.
Yeah, that's in there. And then
No, There's mine on the left.
Good. And then, we'll give that a good shake for me. Amazing. Amazing. What do you reckon?
So what do we got here?
God, so we've got honey, beautiful organic honey. We've got some fresh basil, and then obviously lime juice. Amazing. Look at that colour. And that basil just gives it that lovely little lift, and just makes it a little bit more fragrant without being too pungent.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Amazing. Little lime. There we are, man.
Look at that.
Congrats, man. Good to see you, man.
Hey,
Cheers,
that's fun.
man. Well done.
It.
Likewise. Congrats. Pantalones.
Try and keep them on. If you don't, it's all right.
I'm 6 kids in. My pants are staying on. If they're not staying on, they're staying up. Cheers.
Good morning.
That is a bloody
Yeah,
good morning.
man.
Jesus.
I'll hang out back here again. You want to do another one of those?
Matthew, thank you so much for joining us today. And don't forget to check below on where to pick up Pantalones Organic Tequila and Green Lights. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel right here.